Adam, an architecture student with hands calloused from his part-time construction work, arrived at the Convent of the Sacred Heart late one afternoon, when the golden sunlight barely clung to the moss-covered roof tiles. His job was to repair the chapel's dome, which had been damaged by a recent storm. The place was enveloped in a silence that was almost painful, broken only by the wind whistling through the ancient cypress trees. Adam only communicated through nods with the elderly sister in charge of logistics, until he met Sister Grace. Sister Grace, in her late 30s, did not possess the severe, weary look Adam had imagined. Her eyes carried a deep sadness, yet when you looked closely, there was a faint spark, like a candle flame carefully shielded from the wind. Their first real interaction was when Adam nearly fell from the high scaffolding. Sister Grace managed to grab the rope in time, her face pale with fear. "Monsieur." "Adam," her voice was hoarse, "please be careful. Everything is so fragile." "Thank you, sister," Adam replied, feeling a jolt of electricity where she had accidentally touched his arm. He quickly withdrew his hand. "I will be more careful." From then on, Sister Grace began bringing Adam warm tea and water every afternoon. Their conversations were not rushed. They were small slices of mundane life: the weather, the tumultuous history of the dome, the dusty old books in the library. This very reservedness paradoxically created a strange connection between them. The temptation of the gazen, the silent confession. Their bond gradually moved from the chapel dome to the convent's ancient library. Adam often went there to find references on religious architecture. Sister Grace was in charge of organizing the worn scriptures and philosophy books. On a soaking wet afternoon, the smell of old paper and beeswax blended in the air. Adam sat before a stack of books, looking at them distractedly. Sister Grace quietly placed a hot cup of tea on the table. "Is something troubling you, Mr. Adam?" she asked softly. Adam looked up, seeing Sister Grace standing by the bookshelf, her white veil prominent in the dim light. "I am troubled by the concept of consecration, sister," Adam replied, feeling his heart pound. "I read this book. It talks about devoting one's entire life to a greater purpose. I find it noble, but also very lonely." Sister Grace shifted slightly, placing her right hand over her left chest, the place of her vow and also the place where her heart was betraying her. "Consecration is not loneliness, Adam," she said, her eyes gazing into the distance. "It is the choice of a greater love, the love for the divine. That love fills every void." "But what about the small voids?" Adam gently challenged, his voice carrying his own inner torment. "The very human emotions, the desires to be held, to share, to possess? Does that greater love truly silence those simple, humble longings, sister?" Sister Grace turned fully, her face showing a rare flash of pain. "Those longings are never silenced, Adam. They are simply transformed. We learn to turn personal desire into selfless service. That is the daily battle. Faith is not peace, it is the courage to face temptation." Adam rose, walking slowly towards Sister Grace, stopping at a safe but intensely strained distance. "I fear you are confusing transformation with suppression," he said, looking directly at her. "Suppression creates cracks, Grace. And when they break open, they don't just hurt the person carrying them." Sister Grace took a small step back, her back touching the cold bookshelf. She knew Adam wasn't just talking about books. She knew he was talking about them. "You do not understand my vow, Adam. The vow is a protective wall. It protects me from weakness, and it protects you from a relationship that can never be whole." She whispered, her voice pleading. Adam didn't move closer. He stopped, and instead of touching her, he reached out, gently touching an ancient book lying right beside Sister Grace's shoulder. It was a remarkably subtle gesture, signifying closeness and absolute respect. "That wall is cold, Sister Grace. Sometimes, a person needs an embrace, not to destroy the vow, but to know that they are still human, still loved." Sister Grace's lips trembled. She closed her eyes. In that moment, her only light was the painful presence of Adam right next to her. She could not deny the warmth, the understanding she had found in this young man. "Don't say any more, Adam," Sister Grace murmured. "Don't turn this night into a sin for both of us." Adam stepped back, looking at her one last time with eyes that were both heartbroken and desperate, before turning away, carrying the heavy silence of the library. Every step Adam took back was a confession that this love was not meant to possess, but to be revered in agony.
The Sleepless Night and the Final Acknowledgement.
It was Adam's last night at the convent. He lay on his hard bed, his heart surging. He knew he couldn't leave without saying everything, even if it was hopeless. Sister Grace was also awake. She sat before the statue of Christ, feeling the weight of guilt. Adam's eyes, his silent concern, had shaken every vow and belief she had dedicated her life to building. Around midnight, Adam could not bear it. He put on his coat and walked down to the wild garden where they had talked. Sister Grace was already there, looking up at the star-filled sky. "Sister," Adam called out, his voice deep and filled with emotion. Sister Grace turned, her face strangely composed, as if she had been preparing for this moment for a long time. "You could not sleep?" "No. I cannot sleep knowing I will leave in the morning, carrying an unspoken word."
Adam stepped closer to Sister Grace.
The distance between them had never been so short, only a breath away.
I love you, Grace. The simple, sincère confession carriait the weight off à tous en prohibition.
Sister Grace did not retreat. Her lips trembled, and for the first time, the loneliness in her eyes vanished, replaced by an intense, desperate affection. "Adam," she whispered, "you must not say that.
I belong to God."
"But whose is your heart? Does it belong completely to God, or is it fighting for something else?"
Sister Grace closed her eyes, a haute tear rolling down.
It was not the tear of a saint, but of a woman torn between two vows.
"Tonight."
Sister Grace choked out, "Tonight, let us be two lonely souls, finding each other in silence. Only tonight."
Adam understood.
He did not force, nor did he cross the boundary that Sister Grace was struggling to protect. Instead, he gently raised his hand and touched her hair, lightly stroking a strand that had escaped her veil. It was a touch full of absolute respect and burning desire. They stood there, under the moonlight. Their souls belonged to each other in the pain and the realization of the impending separation. The gentle touch on her hair, the other's rapid breathing in the night air, replaced all vows and actions.
De parturent the promise.
Dawn broke, bringing the bell that signaled their farewell. Adam had packed his bags. He saw Sister Grace standing by the gate, her eyes slightly swollen.
I am leaving now, Sister Grace.
Go in peace, Adam.
Live a meaningful life, and never forget the lesson you learned here. Adam stepped closer.
He said nothing, just bowed his head. Sister Grace held out her hand, not to shake, but to place something in his palm. It was the wild rose petal from the night before, pressed dry. "Let this be a reminder," Sister said, her voice resolute, "of the beauty of sacrifice.
Live for what you believe in." "And you, Sister?"
Adam asked. Sister Grace looked towards the convent, then at Adam, her eyes holding the chosen serenity. "I will also live for what I believe in." Adam nodded. He understood that their relationship would never be physical. It would be an emotional thread, a silent confession that both must carry for life. He turned and walked away, not daring to look back. Behind him, Sister Grace stood, her white habit blending into the morning light, carrying both love and her oath. Their love did not need impulsive actions. It was etched in the purity and tragedy of a wordless night. Adam carried the dried petal, as if carrying an eternal secret. And Sister Grace continued on her path, with a heart that had been wounded, but had learned how to love even more profoundly.